You're awesome. You're awesome.
Hey, I'm Stephanie, and as you can see from the title, I'm doing a car accident story time, but it is probably not what you're thinking. This is not a fender bender, and you'll see here. And just a little additional thing, if you know my mom, please don't show her these next 15-20 seconds. She hasn't seen the car. I don't want to put her through that. She's already done so much for me. Don't do that, please. Thank you. Yeah, so that was on April 3rd, the weekend of Easter for last year. I don't remember that week. Only thing I remember is getting my COVID vaccine, and I took this picture because I wanted to look cute that day anyways, and then plus I wanted to look good for getting my vaccine. And I don't even really remember my stay at the hospital, and that was for 3 weeks. My memory kind of starts when I'm in the ambulatory transport going to Brooks in Jacksonville. So I went from UF Health Shands to Brooks Rehabilitation Center. And I'm on the hospital bed as they're rolling me in, and I'm still confused as all get out. And the pastor's there. He introduces himself, and he's like, "Do you want to take a moment to pray?" And I said, "Yes." And he's like, "What do you want to pray for?" And I'm like, "Clarity, please." So we pray and go to my room. I'm still confused. And my dad was with me, and so I asked him, what's going on? And he was like, "Stephanie, you're in a bad accident with a semi-truck." And I'm like, "Oh," and I'm trying to get up because I'm in a wheelchair, and he's like, "No, sit down." I'm like, "Okay." So I was like, "Whatever, this is just a dream. I'm gonna wake up soon." And it was a few days. I'm like, "Good job, Steph. You're staying asleep in this actual sleep in this dream." It doesn't hit that it's not a dream until one day I'm in cognitive therapy, and I'm doing work while the therapist is at his desk, and something was wrong with my arm, and I looked at it and I saw my tattoo, 2 Timothy 1:7, that says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." And I feel very much fit me throughout my whole recovery process. So I turned to him, I'm like, "Dr. Rich, I'm not in a dream, am I?" And so he asked me what the date was. I knew the date. We go over the dates in the mornings with the CNA and the nurse. And he's like, "Yeah, this isn't a dream, but you're doing one heck of a job." And so in my head it was like, okay, yeah, I definitely need to push through, so I can get out of here. Not that the facility was bad. It was awesome. It was a great team, great staff. But for me, I was like, yeah, I just want to walk and go home and do the things that I'm used to doing. And sure enough, I got discharged after 2 weeks. That appointment, which was a week after that, I wasn't allowed to walk yet. I was like, But I was allowed to be discharged from Brooks. So I went home. My mom came with me at home because I couldn't, do a whole lot or, do stuff on my own. Mainly because I was in a wheelchair. Partially, my mom helped out a ton. So grateful for her. And then I stayed with her and my stepdad for 3 weeks after that. But in that time, I got enrolled to Core Physical Therapy, who I highly recommend to if they're seeking physical therapy or they feel they want to switch facilities. They're definitely the ones. Their team is so strong-willed and wanting to do the best for you, get back to your ideal place or close to your ideal place, and they lean on each other. Like if one knows that their colleague has a skill that could be beneficiary to their client for the hour, they will say, hey, I'm gonna add so-and-so to the day. They're gonna do X, Y, and Z for you. I mean, it's great. I love them. So I did that with Cora twice a week, but then I also did research on my own because I still wasn't allowed to walk. And I wanted to know, like, what can I do to make sure that when I start walking, I don't just fall. And I read that having a strong core would be beneficial, so to do sit-ups. And so I did between 50 and 100 twice a day. So, like, upwards of close to 200 sit-ups each day I did, just so when the day came for me to start walking again, I wouldn't be like shaky or trembling. I just didn't want that for myself. And that paid off. On July 28th, I was allowed to take the brace off my arm and to bear weight on my left foot and start walking again. And that was like the start of getting back to normalcy for me. Like a few weeks later, I bought my car. His name is Chance because I'm a dweeb. Went back to work a few weeks after that. Like everything just started like rolling into normalcy. Stephanie 2.0. So I did this video to help someone that was in my situation. Like when I first got home and like I'd be okay for a little bit, but be kind of down, like maybe for a night or maybe a couple days. And I would be like, oh, I'll just go to TikTok. Nothing. Oh, I'll just go to Facebook. Nothing. Oh, I'll just go to YouTube. Nothing. I'll just go to Instagram. Nothing. And so for someone who's in a similar situation that I was in, I want to be that for that person. I want them to know that they have someone who's in a similar situation to them. If they're feeling like insecure about scars or their new inabilities, like, don't let that like stop you. Like the people who are like, you have scars, you do that weird. It's like those people that need to be shut out of your life. And that brings me to the part where I did not do earlier. So I had a fractured clavicle. I've got scar on my left cheek and then on my forehead that's got all healed skin now, laceration that's covered by my hair, my ulna and radial were both fractured. My elbow was severely broken and like I can't extend it. Like that's the most extent, and I can't fully bend it either. My left knee was severely broken, and then my left ankle was severely fractured also. So again, don't let scars or new inabilities stop you from being you and making you fear that the people who are in your life won't be there anymore. Like if they are gonna trip about something like that, bye. There's the door. Literally, there is the door. But that's why I did this video, was for people like me. For people like me. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up or not. That's fine. I am putting my Instagram and my Facebook in the description. Feel free to follow me, friend me, whatever. If there's something that you'd like to see or any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I will look them over and respond. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.